So did I write a nice clickbaity intro to a new vintage jigsaw puzzle channel? Stay to the end to find out. Hello Internet, and I want to welcome you to the very first episode of a show we're calling Janky Puzzles. My name is Joey, and I want to welcome you. This show is about, of all things, jigsaw puzzles. Jigsaw puzzles are having a renaissance right now, and I am absolutely here for it. That big worldwide event that happened a few years ago was a boon for the jigsaw puzzle industry. Anything you can think of, they have put on a jigsaw puzzle. Lots of companies are making them now. You can get a picture of yourself on a jigsaw puzzle. It is absolutely marvelous, and like I said, I am here for it. Let me show you a few examples of what I'm talking about as far as the jigsaw puzzle industry. There's two really big types right now. There's this style, which you can get just about anywhere, Walmart, Target, different things like that. They all have the similar ends, and they do this so they can library them on store shelves. So they put puzzles like this, it's going to take up a lot of real estate. So they library them like this, so you could see the piece count and the image. Things like this, again, super popular, and a lot of people like these. Bright colors, fun things, something you can build, glue together, and slap on the wall. Lots and lots of fun. This one is made by an artist named Amy Stewart. This puzzle was really cool. It's actually a vintage inspired one. This is from the 70s. It's actually called Blanket Fort 1979. I really enjoyed this one when I picked it up. There's a lot of images and things on here that my parents had in their house growing up. And then of course you've just got some nice delicious cupcakes, and everybody likes those. And the other type of puzzle that's really popular right now, this style, which you can get a lot of these online from like Amazon, Temu, whatever it's called. They are generally AI generated. They are kind of mass produced. You can get them fairly inexpensively. Lots of fun images, but again, just a different style. You know, there's lots of flavors and styles out there. And this one, we might get around to doing something like this in the future. Again, there's a lot of really fun images here. But here's what I'm into, and here's what I'm excited to share with you. Vintage jigsaw puzzles. These things are out of print, out of date. You see them everywhere at thrift stores, yard sales. When you go visit your grandma in the old folks' home, there's always one sitting there being built in the lobby. You might have had one in in your homeroom class in school. They are just, you see them everywhere. Been to a lot of yard sales. In fact, most of the puzzles we get from this show come from thrift stores and yard sales, or they've just been gifted to me. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Puzzles like the Coda-Color puzzle of Rockport Beach. This is made by Rose Art from 1991. Some nice sailboats. You'll see a lot of those kinds of things in these types of puzzles. And you'll also have, this is one of my favorite brands right here, the Golden Guild type of puzzles. A lot of barns, farmhouses, landscaping, tons of landscaping, mountains, rivers, fields. This one, I really enjoyed this one. This looks like a barn and farmhouse that would have been owned by a cult leader that would have ran it out of this building right here. If you watch any sort of murder documentaries on TV, it's always buildings like this. And then of course the other day, I just had to share this because this is what I love. And this is, again, Something that you just don't see this kind of aesthetic anymore. And I just love it. This one is called Dickens Darlings, again from the early 90s. It was made by Current. Look at how beautiful that is. That artwork is just absolutely gorgeous. And I cannot wait to dive into this. This is not the puzzle we're doing today. That's for another episode. Today, we are going to build the Cult Barn puzzle. Absolutely wonderful. And there's some really interesting things about this. And we're going to talk about it afterwards. But we're going to crank this open, get our pieces sorted, get this bad boy put together in a nice time lapse. So put on some nice music, get yourself a nice cozy cup, and let's build a puzzle together. I did want to stop and take a second to appreciate the beauty of this puzzle. Not only the image, but the actual pieces themselves. An interesting thing I noticed while I was building this is if you look, every single piece is the same shape. It varies a little bit between the individual pieces have different shapes to them. But it's still the classic 2 prongs going out on the sides and they're going in the middle. It wasn't until I got about this far into the puzzle that I noticed that, and I just think it's absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and get this wrapped up and move on with the build. All right, so here it is, the Golden Guild, West Orange, Vermont barn and farmhouse puzzle. I'm gonna go ahead and use the lid here to show it off some more. This is one of my favorite puzzles, but it also has its challenges. The barn and the farmhouse goes together super fast. So does this ground because this texture is pretty unique. The tree had its challenges, but it put together. But let me tell you, this little part right here, that was a little rough. I got stuck pretty good. Here in the future, I'll do a whole segment on what to do when you get stuck like this. But yeah, I got stuck pretty good. I had to take a couple breaks, but it was all done. Now, I don't want to out myself a little bit as far as some creeping I did, but I gotta be honest. When I first was putting this episode together, I got really excited, maybe a little too excited. I decided that I really wanted to wrap my head around this puzzle, this image, really dig into where it came from, things like that. On the side of the box here, it says that it was done by an artist named Josiah Davidson. So I tried to find him online. I actually wanted to find him and talk to him, but I couldn't really find him. Josiah Davidson, photographer. There's actually a couple of them. So that was kind of hard. And then I found a Facebook community group from East Orange, Vermont. that this house resides. So I joined that group, even though I'm literally on the other side of the country. I'm in the Pacific Northwest. I joined that group and introduced myself that my name is Joey. I host a show called Janky Puzzles. I'm putting together a project about this image. I posted a picture of the puzzle. And I asked if anybody knew if this building was still open, if it was still built, it was still around. And if by chance, if I can get me in contact with the person who might own this, or if the person who still owns this is a member of this group. But sadly, no one said anything other than some vague comments about, oh, well, maybe, but they weren't sure. But then, like a 6-foot man in a 7-foot pool, I kind of got a little over my head. And I thought, well, shoot. Can't find the artist, and I can't find anybody in town that would know anybody that can get me and connect with whoever would own this barn. I decided to do one step further, and I went to Google street maps, street images. Orange, Vermont is not that big, and if you happen to be watching this, which I certainly hope so, but you know, this ain't Mr. Beast. If you are watching this, I'm sorry if I scared you, but so I went to Google Maps and just took a little virtual drive through town. Saw a lot of really cool buildings. Kind of went a couple roads that Google Street View would have gone through. Could not find this barn from the street. And that's when I just really felt dirty and realized that, you know what? This is just a fun vintage puzzle show. Joey, calm down. Enjoy yourself. Let's just build some puzzles and tell some fun stories. So that's what we're gonna do. So remember, please hit the like button, the subscribe, all that stuff. Do stuff underneath. That's what YouTube likes. We will have a Patreon very soon with some really fun goodies. I may even just give these bad boys away in contests and things like that, which again, that's what you should do with puzzles. One more thing that I want to show you, and then we will say goodbye. This is actually a really neat thing that I didn't know till recently you could do with a good jigsaw puzzle. It's really funny, really fun. So what you want to do once you've built it, unless you're going to glue it and put it on the wall, this is just a fun thing to do if you want to wow your friends at parties. So put your puzzle nice and flat on the table, smooth it all out. It's really satisfying. A good puzzle will almost feel like snake skin. I know that sounds weird, but when you feel it, it's like, yep, it kind of feels like snake skin. But smooth it all out. Make sure all those little pieces are down. Nothing's popping up anywhere. And then you can slide your puzzle to the edge of the table. Kind of get a feel for it. Put your thumbs on there. And then if you're very careful, you can pick that bad boy up. And look at that. Look how beautiful that is. The colors of this bad boy are absolutely brilliant. Oh, a piece fell off. We'll fix that in a second. Absolutely brilliant. The box does not give this puzzle justice. That's actually very indicative of old vintage puzzles. The boxes are sun faded, have been sitting around in a garage for a long time. The pieces themselves have been pretty well preserved on most vintage puzzles, and I think this is absolutely indicative of that. So you can hold that puzzle up, show it off, impress your friends. Kids think this is really cool. If you're really careful and ginger, you can slide it around. But again, not every puzzle can do this. This is going to be how we're going to try this on most episodes. So go ahead and just gingerly put that back down. When we lost the edge piece, go ahead and put that back in. All right. So thank you for watching to the end. We're gonna go ahead and put this, we're gonna fold this puzzle up and put it away. My name is Joey. This is Janky Puzzles. You can call me Joey, or you can call me Janky Puzzles. That's okay. Do good things. Be good people. All right. Thank you for watching to the end. I'm excited for this journey, and I hope you are too.